Go and do some research on a lot of these brothers who've really done incredible things. A lot of them came from the Caribbean islands, from the Bermuda and the Jamaicas, and all right. But why is it that they can come here? Nobody gave them a grant. Nobody gave them reparations. They had slavery there too, by the way. In fact, there was slavery on the islands and slavery in Mexico before there was slavery on the U.S. soil, because it was easier to get there. They got there first. All right? That's Bishop. Bishop doesn't think this is too interesting, my dog Bishop, my chocolate lab. Maybe you think it's better, more interesting than Bishop does. But these brothers, they didn't get insistence, they didn't get reparations, they didn't get handouts, they didn't get a trust fund, they didn't get an apology, right? They showed up and started hustling. And they made sure they get up and go and get up, then get up and went. They made sure their mentality, their attitude was about over it, around it, through it, I'm going to get to it. They realized that racism was like rain. It's either falling someplace or it's gathering. So you might as well get out an umbrella and a color you like and start strolling through it, because it's not going to change, so you must. I can't get in a taxi. I was just in Norway. I just got back today, right? So I just got back from a 20-hour flight, and I'm talking to you, right? I'm not chilling. I'm not on my feet up. I had a message for you today. I promised you I was going to give you a series, and I'm going to keep my promise to you. I'm not going to give up on us ever, and I'm going to come at you straight and no chaser, unbought and unbossed and unbiased. And my only agenda is loving you into health. That's my only agenda. That we're living in a moment in history right now. This is history never feels historic when you're sitting in it. It just feels like another day. So I'm in Norway, right? But that doesn't mean it's not that this is not historic, because it doesn't feel like history, right? So I'm in Norway, and a black man, picks me up in a taxi. There's like 12 black people in Norway. I'm kidding, right? But point is, he's come there from Ghana. He's made himself a life. He's built his business, right? He didn't sit there and whine and complain. He made it happen, right? So I come here to America, and all the taxi cab drivers are from somewhere in Africa or the Caribbean. My Uber driver is Ethiopians, and the hotels, right? All these, they're working hard and then the guy who's a valet at the hotel here, Ethiopian brothers, like, well, look, I'm trying to start a car service too. Can you just I don't want a handout. Can I just have the first job, right? When your regular driver doesn't have that time for you, can you just call me? I'll show up, Johnny on the spot, and I will pick you up within an hour's notice. And sure enough, we had a shot. Somebody canceled. We called him. He showed up, and I'm sure he canceled a date or whatever. He showed up. He got paid. Got a reference. Now his business, he's got like 3 trucks. So then what differentiates? Because somebody's now going to say, well, he's hating on African Americans. He's racist against his own people. What's wrong with you? If this was going on in your mind, why would I go through all this to hate on you? What's wrong with you? Here's what I'm saying. Please listen to me. After 250 years of slavery, 100 years of Jim Crow, ending in our lifetime, 1970, where you've been told basically you aren't crap. I can't say what I want to say. You don't have any value. I'm saying that we believe it. I'm saying that what differentiates, that African Americans are amazing. We've been doing so much with so little for so long. We can almost do anything with nothing. We've been doing so much with so little for so long. We can almost do anything with nothing. My mother, Juanita Smith, from East St. Louis, from a little stoplight town in Mississippi before East St. Louis, decided to marry my father because he could get her to California. Yeah, he loved her. She loved him. But the deal was, you got to get me to prosperity to raise my children in a different environment, right? And so they came to L.A., 8th grade education, not because they didn't want education, but because that was all they could get back there in the South. And my mother went back to school at 62 and got her high school diploma and marched with cap and gowns with 18-year-olds. Come on now. Don't tell me what we cannot do. And my mother's proud of that, and she should be, right? My dad with an 8th grade education, ran a business, was financially illiterate, unfortunately, so he lost it all. And I learned that lesson from that. That's why I'm so passionate about this today, delivering the memo on money. But he built a gas station, an 8-unit apartment building, a nursery, our own home. For a moment, we were balling and rolling because my dad had a work ethic and wasn't going to let anybody or anything keep him from him and his dreams for his family. But unfortunately, he had too much pride. Wouldn't admit he didn't understand money, wouldn't listen to my mother who did understand money. My mother's credit score is more than 800. Men fell for 3 reasons, by the way, men and women: arrogance, pride, and greed. Arrogance, pride, and greed. The three reasons we fail. We won't listen. We won't, somebody saying somebody's talking common sense to us, and we won't listen because we've already made up our mind, because our pain is too painful to deal with the reality of the healing that's going to be on the door to our promised land. What did I say in my first book? Love Leadership. Courage is nothing more than your faith reaching through your fear, displaying itself as action in your life. I'm going to repeat. Courage is nothing more than your faith reaching through your fear, displaying itself as action in your life. So after 250 years of slavery, 100 years of Jim Crow, ending in our lifetime, 1970, either our lifetime or our parents' lifetime, not 1870, 1970. So yes, I'm acknowledging that you have reasons to be upset. But here's what my philosophy is. It differentiates African Americans from Africans and Caribbeans who look just like you. I think that 70% of black Americans are clinically undiagnosed depressed. Yeah, I said it. I'll say it again. I think after being told you ain't crap, I want to say something else. For all this time and having just your self-esteem destroyed and your and having psychological warfare waged on you and being depressed and distressed and diminished and pushed aside and having the house Negro and the field Negro against each other and all this drama. Now we got crab in the barrel when our worst enemy is often ourselves, us to us. I think that 70% of us are clinically undiagnosed depressed. And until we deal with it and talk about it and go get some help, we cannot resolve it. But the number one thing we've got to do is to stop thinking all this hate and negativity in here, which is why I said in this last video about slavery, we can't be angry for a living, right? I'm not angry. Somebody's going to say, oh, he's angry. I'm not angry. I'm passionate, right? Don't you know the difference? Don't you see me smiling? Don't you see me pouring everything I have inside of you? I'm passionate. And if you're not passionate about something, or as Dr. King would say, if you don't know what you're willing to die for, you aren't fit to live. I'm giving you everything I got. I'm giving you all the experiences of 50 years of my life, trying to get you to pivot and move in another direction, because that's all I did. And everybody who succeeded, that's all they did. But if you don't get this right, if you decide that the whole game is rigged, you might as well just give up right now. Just throw in the towel. And I hope you don't have children, because you're infecting them with your disease of depression, of anger, of non-healing, of non-forgiveness. I mean, isn't the first rule of the Bible to forgive? If for no other reason, forgive so that we can be forgiven, because none of us are saints. A saint is a sinner that got up. So yes, life is unfair. Yes, the playing field is not level. Yes, if you're born black, I'm talking to everybody in this video, but I'm specifically obviously talking to my black brothers here who seem to be, for some reason, really upset from Jump Street. Can't have a rational conversation because they just get emotional and go off the deep end and start calling you names and all this kind of, and then you know, what do you got? By the way, is that working for you? I'm asking you, is all that negative energy working for you? All the name calling, all the, you know, I'm gonna be a black nationalist, I'm gonna turn away from the American system. Is all that working for you? All right? Look, go start a business, go build wealth. And if you wanna then go, you know, fund 100 black scholarships to send kids to college, bravo. But stop running your mouth, right? That's cheap. Stop coming to me talking to me. I like what I'm doing much better than what you're not doing. So I put in the comments this time, right in the heading, what I've done. So who's this dude? What is he doing? Okay, $2.5 billion invested in our neighborhoods through Operation Hope, me and my friends. 2 million plus clients. Opening an office a week. We're going to become the Starbucks of financial inclusion. Finishing what the Freedmen's Bank started with Abraham Lincoln in 1865. Frederick Douglass with a mission of teaching free slaves about money. We never got the memo on money. I'm going to do a whole piece on that. That's what the problem is. We don't understand the free enterprise system, but there's nothing wrong with us. We're not dumb and we're not stupid. It's what we don't know that we don't know that's killing us. But we think we know. And then we just assume that it has to be all racism, because if not, why am I not succeeding? Because we never got the memo. And I'm trying to deliver the memo, and then I want you to pass it on. And so let me end with this. So you see Barber Motorsports here. I was trying to go racing yesterday in Norway, but the weather wouldn't cooperate. But there's not a lot of brothers in motorsports. It's Bishop again. Come here, Bishop. Come here. Come say hello to everybody. There's not a lot of black people in motorsports, but that's okay. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Step up. Say hello. Say hello. Say hello. You'll be in the thing. Say hello. All right. Anyway, you'll meet Bishop another time. He's beautiful, by the way. He's absolutely amazing. A little train. Okay. I love you too. Sit. Don't embarrass me on national TV or broadcast. There you go. Good boy. All right. As you guys see, it's live. All right. So there's not a lot of brothers in motorsports, but I do it anyway, right? And I don't go there with an attitude, a chip on my shoulder. I just go there. I go in it to win it, right? And I'm actually fairly good. But so let's just approach life without an attitude and a chip on our shoulder. Let's just go get our thing, right? Because blacks from other parts of the world have done it right here, got here later than us, got here with none of the resources, didn't have the Civil Rights Bill, the Voting Rights Act, and none of that stuff, and are clocking us in broad daylight. So I'm just tired of the excuses. No excuses. What's the answer? Hope is the answer. I'm out.